You water it every single day. You give it the best soil money can buy, and it still dies. Here's the truth nobody tells beginners. Containers don't behave like garden beds. Roots in a pot deal with less space, faster heat, and moisture that disappears twice as fast as it does in the ground. So the plant isn't broken. The setup around it is. Most people blame bad luck, a bad seed packet, or a brown thumb. But research from university extension programs points to something else. Almost every failed container garden comes down to a handful of small, mechanical mistakes. Wrong container size, wrong soil, wrong watering habits. Today we're breaking down 7 container gardening mistakes that quietly kill more plants than pests or bad weather ever could. Some of these will sound obvious once you hear them. Others will completely change the way you think about pots, soil, and fertilizer. And mistake number 4 is the one almost nobody talks about, even though it's probably happening in your garden right now, slowly starving your plants without a single obvious sign. Let's start with the mistake that ruins plants before they even get a real chance to grow. Mistake number 1. The container is too small. Most beginners pick a pot because it looks nice, not because it fits the plant's roots. A tomato crammed into a small container hits a wall fast. Roots start circling instead of spreading. Growth slows down. The soil heats up and dries out in hours instead of days. Tomatoes need real room, 10 to 15 gallons at least. Peppers do fine in 5. Even bush beans want 3 gallons of space to actually produce. Bigger containers stay cooler, hold water longer, and forgive your mistakes. Smaller ones punish every single one. Mistake number 2. Using garden soil instead of potting mix. It feels free and practical, so people scoop it straight from the yard. But garden soil compacts hard inside a pot. The air disappears. Roots suffocate, and it often carries weed seeds or disease with it. A lightweight potting mix, one built with cocoa coir, compost, and perlite, keeps things airy and moist at the same time. It's not about spending more. It's about giving roots something they can actually breathe in. Mistake number 3, and this one kills more container plants than anything else. Watering is wrong. Not too little, not too much, just inconsistent. Containers dry out shockingly fast, sometimes needing water twice a day in summer heat. Skip a day and leaf wilt. Overcorrect and leaves turn yellow from root rot instead. The fix isn't a schedule. It's your finger. 2 inches into the soil. Dry, water deeply. Damp, walk away. Now here's mistake number 4. The one almost nobody mentions. Fresh potting mix feels rich at first, so people assume it'll feed the plant all season long. It won't. Every time you water, nutrients quietly wash out through the drainage holes. Within weeks, a container that looked perfectly healthy was running on empty. Leaves turn pale. Growth stalls. Flowers stop forming. And most people never connect it back to fertilizer because the soil still looks fine. The fix is simple. A slow-release fertilizer at planting, then a liquid feed every 1 to 2 weeks once the plant starts fruiting. A basic organic fertilizer handles this easily, and I've linked one below if you want to see the one I use. Mistake number 5 sounds harmless, but it's a silent killer. Poor drainage. Decorative pots often skip drainage holes entirely, where they sit inside a saucer that fills with water after every watering. Roots need oxygen just as much as they need moisture. Sitting in water suffocates them from the bottom up. And here's a myth worth busting. Adding rocks to the bottom of a pot does not improve drainage. It just shrinks the usable root space. What actually works is holes in every container and pot feet that lift it slightly off the ground so water can escape freely. Mistake number 6 is about location, and it's easy to get wrong without noticing for weeks. Fruiting vegetables need 6 to 8 hours of direct sun. Without it, you get weak stems, delayed flowers, and fruit that never quite forms. But there's a twist. In hotter states like Texas or Arizona, some afternoon shade actually helps, protecting containers from drying out too fast in extreme heat. Before committing to a spot, watch it for one full day. You might be surprised how much shade creeps in by 3 p.m. Mistake number 7, and it's the one that quietly sets people up to fail before they even plant a seed. Growing the wrong plant for space. Full-size pumpkins, sprawling corn, giant watermelon vines, these are never built for pots. No amount of watering or fertilizer fixes a plant that's simply too big for its container. Look for words like patio, bush, compact, or dwarf on the seed packet. Cherry tomatoes, peppers, strawberries, bush beans, compact cucumbers. These varieties were bred for exactly this kind of growing. Here's the bonus most people never hear. Fabric grow bags naturally prune roots as they hit the fabric wall, which stops the circling problem entirely and builds a denser, healthier root system. Pair that with a 1 to 2 inch layer of mulch on top, and you cut down watering frequency while keeping roots cooler through the hottest part of summer. So here's what it comes down to. 7 small mechanical mistakes decide whether a container garden thrives or slowly fails. The right size pot, real potting mix, watering by feel, not by clock, regular feeding, working drainage, the right light, and plants actually built for containers. Fix these 7 things and the brown thumb disappears. It was never about you. It was about the setup. Which one of these mistakes surprised you the most? And what are you growing in containers this season? Drop it in the comments. If this helped you see your garden differently, subscribe. There's a lot more where this came from.